Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya Hagre, and I am so grateful to be with you this evening. I am a president with World Global Network. I've been with the company since January 19th, and I have had the honor to mentor and learn from some of the best here. And I cannot wait to introduce you to your presenter this evening. Her name is Leah Melquist. And Leah is a diamond within my organization. I have the privilege of mentoring her as well and running alongside of her. I truly just match energy for energy because she is just talented beyond measure. She has a history in public health. She has 3 gorgeous kiddos. She has a husband, and they run multiple small businesses. Her husband has a full-time career also as a graphic artist. And I have a fond affection for artists, as my husband is as well. So we have so many things in common. And she is a servant leader. She can be very soft-spoken, but I know there's a military background back there, and just get her fired up and watch. She has a red personality that often is masked in a pretty beautiful package of meekness that doesn't actually exist. So I cannot wait, you guys. Grab a pen and a piece of paper, because Leah is here to tell you more about this amazing public health product. And given our background, we are so passionate about that. But what I know even more is that she is amazing at teaching the way and the interesting things about what make our product and our business opportunity unmatched in the market today. And she is truly one of the top leaders in the United States, and definitely in my organization. So I am so excited to welcome you to the woman that moves over $50,000 of US dollars in sales a week, a 7-day pay cycle. Yes, you heard me right. And that is Leah Melquist.
Thank you so much, Tanya. My gosh, every time we do this and we come on here, I'm just like, is this real? Like, is this really happening? Like, this has just been such a joy, and it has been such an honor and a privilege to work underneath you, Tanya. You guys, this woman is absolutely amazing. She says, I got talent, like I learned from the absolute best. So thank you so much for that introduction, Tanya. And you guys, honestly, I remember when it was our turn coming on and turning into this opportunity and seeing the webinar, and my husband and I sit next to each other and looking at each other and being like, this is going to change our life. And I remember watching it, just never thinking like I would be leading it. And here we are, you guys. It's been like 4 months. That's how fast and incredible of an opportunity this is. And I'm just feel incredibly honored to be able to now share it with you, knowing that you guys, many of you on this call, are getting to hear this for the very first time. So I'm going to do share my screen here. All right, get this playing. All right, can everybody hear me okay? See the slides? Thumbs up? Or a head nod? Or a chat? Anything? Yes? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So this is our income disclosure. This we put in the beginning of all of our presentations, and it's one of a million things that makes me so proud about this company. They take it very, very seriously, and we want to protect our home here. So everything we're going to talk about, please know we have an income disclosure, and you can see more about it at the bottom of www.worldgn.com. So our company is called World Global Network, and we are going to do an overview over the next half hour or so, an overview about this opportunity. And the first thing we always love to start out with, which I just think sets the absolute tone for what we have here, is a quote by Bill Gates. So he says, the secret of success in business is detecting where the world is going and getting there first. And it's such a perfect quote to encapsulate what we have here, as you will see as we go through these slides. So the first point I'm going to talk about is the industry we are in. So we are in the industry of wearable technology, and all the information on this slide here, which this is one of the most important I'm going to cover, so feel free to take a picture. This is according to Forbes. So this isn't according to myself or Tanya or anybody on this call. This is according to Forbes. So the industry of wearable technology, last year, there was 123 billion devices, or million, excuse me, devices sold, which made it a $14 billion industry. We know that it's projected to go to grow to 411 million devices and $20 billion over the next now 2.5 years. So if you look around you, like 1 in 4 people today is wearing something on their wrist, and that's just going to increase threefold over the next 2.5 years. And this is just the first time in history that the average person, you or I, are just like, I always say, we're not any special people. I mean, we're all special people on here, but we're just average people, and we get to have the opportunity to get in front of a technology trend. And we know technology literally runs the world, and there's so many companies that have boomed overnight, like Tesla, Uber, Airbnb, Facebook. Like, technology runs the world, and just this is the first time ever that you or I can get a piece of technology money. Like, it's absolutely incredible. So the main device that we are talking about, our main product, is called the HELO. So this is really, they call it a Fitbit on steroids for a reason, and that calling it a Fitbit, like, that's just such a small peanuts. Like, we do what Fitbit does, but we do so much more. So we do heart rate, breath rate, blood pressure is one of the things that so many people get excited about. Mood, energy, calories. We have a guardian function. So somebody can get an alert. If your metrics go out of range, you can have Guardian set up to where they will be alerted if your metrics go out of a predetermined range you set. Or maybe you have loved ones that you'd like to know if their metrics go out of range. You know, we think of our aging parents, there's people with health issues that, you know, it would just be nice to know, to have that peace of mind if you can be alerted when something goes high or low, as, you know, out of what you want it to. We also have something called a panic button, and it's right on the side of the device. If you push that twice, like, my husband will get an alert with my GPS coordinates. So it just really gives such peace of mind. If I'm ever out in a situation, I don't feel comfortable, you know, for a run late at night, anything like that. And if I push it, he'll know exactly where I'm going to. We have so many different people that can think of that and relate to that in their life, whether it's, you know, an aging parent that maybe my mom lives by herself. So I love that she has the HELO on, and if something were to happen and she couldn't grab her phone and call me, all she has to do is push that button, and I'm going to be alerted that I know I need to go check on her. Or we have lots of families who have kiddos leaving for college, and they might be in situations, you know, that maybe they're not so comfortable, and all they have to do again is push that button, and somebody will be getting alerted. And there's so much more to come with the HELO. So you guys, we have something called Open API, and I had no idea what that meant until I was in this space. So what that means is right now we have over 200 app developers working on apps that they'll take the bioparameters that our HELO reads, and we will be able to create customized fitness programs and so many things that we can't even imagine yet that are actually going to make our HELO increase in value over time. And people will be able to download based on what their personal needs are. Like, over 200 app developers, you guys. The sky is the limit on what this thing is going to be able to do for us in the future. And one thing that's really exciting for us as distributors, I'm going to relate it to the story of Apple. So if you're familiar with when Apple entered the mobile market, it was back in 2007. And at the time, it was like Motorola and Nokia that really dominated that space. And it wasn't because of that they had a great hardware or their touchscreen. It was actually because of the entrance of their app store that made them kind of dominate the space. And in their first year, they had 800 apps. Fast forward to today, there is 2.3 million apps on the Apple App Store. And anytime people download, we download a new app, anything that's where there's a charge or a plugin or anything like that, all that is called microtransactions. And that is responsible for $3 billion in revenue today for Apple. Okay, bring that to our conversation we're having right now. We have Open API. We are going to have apps that people are going to be able to download for our device. And we have somebody with us who you'll get to see his picture in a bit here, named Antonio De Rosa. So he was the concept designer for the iPhones. And he is now with World, and he is the concept designer for the HELO. You can notice our packaging looks very Apple-esque because of it, and our device is very sleek. But he has been quoted to say that he sees our App Store doing for the HELO what the Apple App Store did for the iPhone. So anytime people start to download these apps for us, you guys, we're going to get paid out on that volume. All of that is going to be residual income that comes up through your organization. Like, it's absolutely insane. So the next thing here is kind of some of the stuff that's coming on our HELO beyond just the App Store. This is aside from it. So our device, right now they're projecting probably fourth quarter, we will be able to do alcohol monitoring. Guys, people will be able to look at their phone and know when it's okay for them to drive. That alone is going to bring people purchasing our device. And then also fourth quarter, we are going to be able to do blood glucose monitoring. Guys, this has been, people are watching this for this reason alone. It's going to give people such peace of mind to know that they can just from a device on their an app on their phone, be able to monitor people's blood glucose levels. Like it will be one of the first devices in the world that non-invasively can do this from a sleek device on your wrist. And just the sky is going to be the limit here. We'll have mosquito detection. Like that's crazy. Through the internet and through it linking to our phone, our device will be able to know what species of mosquitoes is in our area, and we'll be able to repel them through a radio frequency. Like it's absolutely crazy. So there's something else here we have on the inside of our bands is called germanium stones. You can see here, they go right on the inside of your band, and this really helps with blood flow, increased blood flow of people that deal with pain, chronic inflammation, that kind of stuff. All this promotes health and wellness in that space, especially when it comes to recovery and everything. We also, you can see here, I have my pink band on. The band itself comes with a black band, but you can get this colored band set and you can swap out your band colors then, depending on what you're wearing. Or, my husband really likes to wear the navy blue one. That's been kind of his band of choice lately. So you guys, there's nothing else out there. There's absolutely no comparison in the whole wearable technology space. No device can do what ours can do. And then when you think about the network marketing space, there's nothing else like that. We have technology in the direct sales space for the first time ever. So on the right here, you will see we have been featured on Fox News 3 times. I don't know if anybody caught Good Morning America this morning. People were freaking out at 8:30, and maybe you can go to their website and search it, but they featured World Global Network and the HELO on Good Morning America. Like there is clues all around us that we are in the right place at the right time. And so we are partnered with Toshiba. So they develop actually the chips in our band, which is a whole nother thing. We have that third-party validation. This alone has brought people to this, because if you think about Toshiba partnering with a technology company, that's never been done before. And they have a lot more skin in the game to lose than you or I. So they came to our CEO and wanted to buy the device when they wanted to make an entrance into the the technology or the wearable tech space. And FABIO, our CEO, he wouldn't sell. He knows that network marketing is the most fast and efficient way to bring any product to market. So he said, I won't sell, but I'll partner. So their lawyers did 3 months of vetting on the company, checking out everything, since that kind of partnership had never been done before. And with all the accolades this company has and how top-notch it is, they were like, Amon, let's do this. So they developed the chips in our device. And in January of this past year, they actually brought the HELO to the biggest technology convention in the world. It's called the CES. And this time it was in Las Vegas. And that was the product of all the things Toshiba has on the market. That is what they chose to feature. So after that, you guys, I'm going to talk about the stocks, and you'll see what happened once they did that. But it just shows when Toshiba's all out there putting their name on this. Like, it's just really exciting. So the first time I heard this presentation, like I was saying, back in February, and we were evaluating if this is something that we wanted to jump into, we knew that the goal of the company was to get 3% market share in this wearable tech space. Because oftentimes we get the question, well, what happens when there's competitors? What happens when Apple can do stuff like this and all that? And we're like, that's okay. We don't need to dominate the space. We only want 3% market share. Because that 3% market share, that makes us a $3 billion company. So I was in Bangkok, Thailand in May for the international convention, and they showed us this slide. Guys, in 10 months, we have surpassed that goal that we wanted in 3 years and are already at 5% market share. That is unheard of for something launching brand new like this to already have within 10 months have 5% market share. Like, huge. That is so huge. And we have already passed, of all the companies in this space right now, we've surpassed Microsoft and Sony and Jawbone, and we are now number 4 of all the wearables in the space. So just Samsung, Garmin, and Fitbit still are above us. But seeing where we've come already, and now that we're bringing this app store into the picture, we have no doubt that we're not going to dominate. We'll sell over 1 million devices before the end of this year. Like, you guys, we're going to completely own the wearable tech space. Mark my word, within a year from now, everybody will know what a HELO is. So a lot about the HELO, super exciting, our flagship product, but there is something else that we have that I think we really need to start talking about too, because this is going to be huge. We have something called BioZen. So what it is a sticker chip you put on the back of your electronic devices. You can see here, I have one on my phone there. What this does is it blocks the electromagnetic radiation that comes out of my phone. And you put it on the back of all of your electronic devices, because we know we are more plugged in today than we've ever been. When you think of how now multifunctional your phone is, people always have their phones on them. And when you look around, how many times are kiddos playing on phones? And we have tablets and a million different kinds of tablets. And we have more of this than ever before. And the more research they have been doing on this, in that cumulative effect of that radiation, it's not good. It's really not good for our health. And with the public health background, we've talked about this before, like I can see this being one of the next smokings. Smoking used to not be a big deal. People are like, you'd see in their doctor's office, people would be smoking, or they would be smoking. And now today we know how harmful for the health it is. I see that being with all this electromagnetic radiation, which they've coined electrosmog. I see that kind of being one of the next things. And it's already well known over in the Asian countries. It's just the US is just starting a little bit behind on things sometimes. So just starting to pay attention to this. So the next thing that we are going to be launching here, hopefully I think this fall, they should be announcing actually any day our release date, is called the Enroll phone. So this company is 6 years old, and prior to them doing a complete company rebrand and getting into this wearable tech space, they had this phone. They've done a complete remake of it, and what they've done is they've taken that BioZen chip and put it in the phone. So you guys, we get to launch the first radiation-free phone to the market, to the world. Like, we get to do that to just everyday people. The phone itself, besides that, is, of course, because we have Antonio, is super sleek. It's what has something called a bezel-less screen. So the screen goes all the way to the edge of the phone. It's super, super lightweight. And here's something else that had me sold is 4 to 5 day battery life. Like, that alone, sign me up. So sick of charging my phone every day. So you guys, this is our CEO and founder, FABIO GALDI. I got to hear a lot about him leading up to May when I went to Thailand, and then I got to meet the man in person, and I was absolutely floored. Like, I was already all in on this company, but to see the people behind it and how humble and genius and just everything about and giving, you guys, like what this company does is insane. So he is a technology genius. He was one of the first people to bring internet to Italy. He was one of the first people to ever develop a touch screen. Like, he's a genius in this space. And I got to hear his story. So it was actually what made him kind of move from the mobile or phones and all the telecommunication space to wearable tech. His father had diabetes, and he was working towards retirement. They had big dreams and were excited about traveling and time with the grandkids. And as he got older, the effects of diabetes started to take over, and he really saw his quality of life decline. And that's when FABIO was just like, I need to use my God-given talents to better quality of life for people. So he just, he went to work and started designing this, what we now know as the HELO. And ultimately, the diabetes ended up taking his father's life. So on top of knowing he needs to do a switch so he can devote his talents to help people, he also is passionate about financial blessings. So when things come out through the market through like Best Buy and Target and that kind of thing, it's the big CEOs that are financially free. But in this space of network marketing, everyday people get that financial blessing, and more people need to win. More everyday people need to win and not have to wait till retirement to get to enjoy the fruits of life. And you guys, do you know that 75% of people can't even retire? They go to college, they get a good job, they work all their life, and they get to the end of when their time to retire, and they can't. And that's another thing that just does not sit well with him. So we will not be leaving the network marketing space. So this is our COO. His name is Alessandro Senatore. They're all very smart, and they're all friends and just like the most humble people. Like, they're just so down to earth. And he is actually the mastermind behind our comp plan. Guys, our comp plan is like none other in the industry, which I will share a little bit more about here in a few minutes. So I already talked about Antonio, just a great, great guy and a genius when it comes to design and all that kind of stuff. You guys, he's won so many awards. Like, you should follow him on Facebook. He's already starting to put out there some concepts for future things and designs, and we are just so honored to have him a part of World here. And this whole team has been working together for 10 years, and they were just a dynamite team. So when you're evaluating a company, definitely you want to make sure that everything checks out as far as, having the recognition and, top ratings. And we absolutely have that here at World as well. So people ask, well, are you governed by the DSA or monitored by the DSA? And we are. We actually have a AAA+ rating of all the companies in this space. And that's, Tupperware, Avon, doTERRA, like everything within network marketing, direct sales. The only 20 companies have a AAA+ rating. Like, it's the best accolades you can get. We are a top 100 network marketing company. We are one of the top for momentum right now. It just keeps getting better. And actually last week, Business for Home does a survey of all the different products out there. The HELO got voted the #1 product in all of the direct selling space right now. All right, next slide. So here's about our stock that I mentioned. If anybody follows stocks, WRMT is our ticker symbol. Oops, going forward. Definitely something you want to check out if you follow stocks. I actually was just in my financial advisor's office today saying, okay, we need to not wait anymore on this. So back in January, it was less than $1 per share. And you can see here, in January is when the CES convention, Toshiba brought it to CES convention, and it jumped. It climbed 800%. And this is kind of where we've been averaging here in this space. And you guys, we haven't even launched the NASDAQ yet. We just hired actually a separate CEO to bring us to the NASDAQ. And that will be happening over the next 1 to 2 years. So definitely something you want to watch. And again, just another validation of where we're at with this company. This alone has brought people that would typically never consider network marketing, because they're like, oh, it's publicly traded, like open financials, completely debt-free, like we got it all here. This is Nat and Shanita Pranaputra. They are our global masters distributors. So we have to give credit where it's due. They are responsible for our systems, for everything, for the fast success that everybody is having here, on top of timing and just an amazing product. They're definitely leading the charge, and they are professionals in this industry. We're a global company, so we are in 195 countries, and that's out of 196 in the world. And this is where our 15 offices are worldwide. This slide here takes, if you guys Google Business for Home and top 200 network marketers, this is a snapshot from that. So what really matters here is that 10% of all the people on this list, and that's all of the companies out there, are from World. Guys, and we've only been doing this for a little over a year. So you can see number 4 here is that Nat and Shanita Pranaputra, who were just pictured before. They are over $1.2 million a month, and that's in 14 months. The last person that got this highly ranked did it in 5 years. And that's, again, and I'm not sharing this numbers I'm sharing with you. I'm not, because they're crazy incomes. I'm not sharing that to impress you, but it's the compressed time frames. It really speaks to what we have here. So Nat and Shanita Chong, that's actually Shanita and Nat's daughter. They are number 8 right now at over $750,000 per month, and the #1 earning millennials in the world. Romasio Fulcher is number 42. He's some of our direct mentors. And then also you can just see the different lists and from all over the world that these people are. So as we kind of bring this all home, there's 7 things here that really make this such an incredible product. So we are in the space of network marketing. Because last year that the industry alone did $183 billion. The whole industry of network marketing. But there's a lot of companies in this space. 80% of them are makeups, skincare, supplements, and there's a lot of good companies out there. Don't get me wrong, good, very, very good product. But a lot of those conversations it's a crowded conversation, because people are now competing for my supplement is better than your supplement, and this is the one why you should buy. And it's a crowded conversation. So nobody is first in those spaces. Guys, we're in technology. That has never been done before in this space. And we are at the beginning of a trend, and we have timing on our side for the first time in history. So I'm going to go over the pay plan a little bit here. So we are on the Blue plan, and this covers North America, Asia, and the European Union. And then we also have a Red plan, so we can get you that information too. Not a whole lot of difference, but just a little bit. So how you get involved, basically you choose your program. You can either decide to enroll with us in the Customer Referral Program, or if you love your HELO and you tell your neighbor, you can refer them to it, buying a HELO, and you can make 10% off of that. or you can just become a customer. Or the best option is becoming a customer and on the CRP program, the customer referral, because then you get access to our bundles of product where you're going to get the savings on your devices. So basically, to become involved, you just pick your pack. If you're on here and you're just kind of checking out the HELO from a customer perspective, the single band is probably going to be your best bet. Getting on the customer referral program, though, you can then get this bundle. So you get it for, you get the HELO, you get the colored band set, and you get the germanium stones for free then. So this is typically over $500 to buy these things individually. You get it for $349. The family pack is $1349. You end up saving about $700 on this. You get 4 HELOs, 4 sets of colored bands, and 4 of the BioZen for free then. And that's that sticker chip I mentioned. And our packs actually just changed. When we got involved, we didn't get the BioZen. We had to actually order a separate pack for that. So I absolutely love that they're including this in the packs now. And they didn't increase in value, guys. This company just time after time after time impresses us. They add the BioZen to it, and the cost of the pack stay the same. It's just now more value for you guys. So the premium pack is $19.99. You save about $1,200 then. You get 6 of the colored band sets, 6 HELOs, and 6 germanium sets to go on the bands, and then 6 of the BioZen. So that's definitely the best deal from as far as what you're going to save per device and per item. So once you enroll, you pick your pack. The second step is to become a team builder. To become a team builder, you basically get your first 2 people involved. Okay? If they do single bands, that's 100 sales volume, and then you start to earn 20% of your team volume commission. There's 3 ways that you get paid each week. You get 10% of what's called fast start. So any sales that you have, anybody you personally enroll, you will get 10% of the package or whatever they buy. Okay, the second part is you get paid on that team volume commission. So that's what we're talking about here. Once you get 500 sales volume on both sides, or just enrolling 2 people with family packs or above, you unlock 20% commission. And you guys, our commission is, we have a binary, so you just filled out two teams. Once you get that 20%, you lock it in for life. You don't have to re-qualify. That was something I was not used to coming into this. And it's to infinite depth. So, you know, us personally, we're at 8 generations deep so far. When we're at 800, like, you're still earning 20% on that binary. Like, it's absolutely incredible. So the second thing is then, or the step 3 is you become a team developer. So you help 2 people, basically somebody on your right and on your left, get their first 2. So you basically create 2 team builders. This opens up the rest of the compensation plan to you. And it's also what's kind of the biggest thing that we're just like, what? Is you get check match, which I will show you a chart on what that means. But it includes everything. If you qualify at Diamond for 4 months, do that for 4 commission cycles in a row, you get an extra $1,000. They call it the car bonus added onto your check. There's trips. There's just so much in this compensation plan. This is the check matching that I mentioned. So you can see here that you can earn up to 10 generations of check match. And it just depends on the volume that where you're at ranked and what your volume is for the commission cycle. Okay, so 10, that's unheard of. 10, typically the industry standard is maybe 3 to 4 generations of check match, but up to 10. You guys, this is crazy. So there's something called the loyalty membership that I absolutely love. So when you think of other companies that have their, monthly, you got to buy so much, maybe the skincare regimen or the supplement, whatever. This is our auto ship program. This is where the residual income comes in. But it's such an incredible value. Once people get on loyalty, they stay on it. The industry standard, I think, is 10 to 12% retention on auto ship programs. Ours is like 80%. Because of what they've done. You don't actually get physical product. You get these things when you're on the loyalty. And every business builder is on loyalty. So you get the cloud storage for up to 5 devices. So if you want your data stored over time, you get that for 5 devices. You guys get a protection plan. So that means if you were to, your dog gets your HELO and just chomps it and it's done, you can replace up to 2 devices per year. You also get 75 points into your back office, and points are equivalent to dollars to spend in your store on anything that you want. So like, I know ours is storing. We're going to use that to get that phone as soon as it's released. Plus then when the next generation HELO comes out, we will use our loyalty points towards that. And that way you can just get it. So you're getting $75 for spending you're spending $59 a month, but you get $75 plus all this other stuff. Like it's a no-brainer. And then you also get an extra 1% commission. So after 12 months of staying active, they take this extra 1% commission and just store it in almost like a savings account in your back office called your money box. And then after 12 months, you get that paid out to you. So it's just an extra bonus. So our loyalty program is 30 sales volume. And every month you get that when people's loyalty renews, you get that $6 fast start again, and another $6 within the team volume commission. So your total investment to help launch a technology company across the world annually, your investment is $708. If you know any traditional business owners that their jaw hits the ground, like that just doesn't happen. Usually it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars of overhead in a given year. My husband has two traditional businesses. He's a photographer and airbrush artist, and which is a small business, but his is still like 40 to 50,000. He's like, this is crazy. Like what we can make for what our overhead here is, like, is this for real? He's never been in the network marketing space before. So it's been really exciting to see kind of that transition and that shift there. So they put over $1,400 in value into our loyalty plan. So how to stay active, basically on the Blue plan, you just need 30 sales volume every month. And that's equivalent to somebody being on a loyalty membership. Not you, but having one other person on it. And you can see some other ways here you can stay active, but the loyalty is the minimum. Guys, these are some of those top leaders that I mentioned. This is just pictures of them. A couple that's not on here that I definitely want to highlight is Seville and Rachel Coe. So that is going to be the double president upline to anybody that would have invited you to this call. And you guys, what I love most about their story, so everybody on here, they're professionals. Like they're definitely successful people and have been in this industry before. Seville and Rachel have never been. I think their career high is like 30,000. I mean, they've been in the industry, but we're never big income earners by any means. And they joined World back in December, and they are double presidents now. And it's just, they're just everyday people, and they're pouring into us. And what I also love about this is, you know, it's one thing for these people to be able to earn this money, but what about us? What about everyday people like you and I? I have never had such incredible mentorship and leadership poured into me as we've had in the last 4 months. Like they are all in the trenches with us, creating tools and every week mentorship calls and everything, literally teaching us to do what they've done. And that's why one of the reasons it's moving so fast is because of our incredible leadership here. So you might have heard about our supercar bonus. They did title in hand. They gave away cars. Like again, never been done before, but that's kind of what Fabio likes to do. Is he's just, like I said before, he's such a giving man. He just lit up to give away these cars. You can see that he says, run with this, share this with the world, help me improve quality of life, and I will give you the world. And that's what we see here. So he asked, after the supercar bonus was done, he said, what can we do now? What can we do for our people that hit the ground running with this? And they said, well, what's better than a luxury car? Somebody said, how about a jet? And so he said, game on. Guys, we have a jet program. You qualify one time for the rank of President Millionaire, and you get access for an entire year to your own private jet. 24-hour on-call notice to your local airport, pick you up, and we'll take you anywhere in USA, Europe, and Russia, and the Middle East. And they're adding countries all the time. Guys, this doesn't happen. Like a jet program. And on top of this, you also get access to these luxury homes that are at all these locations that you can rent for a week for like $400. It's basically an app on your phone. You're like, we get to live the lifestyles of the rich and famous that only the athletes and the movie stars live, just for taking this opportunity for what it is and running. So as we wrap up, there's so much, you guys, it was point after point after point of why this is such a crazy opportunity right now. When we looked at it, we didn't have any space in our life for anything else, but we knew that this is something that we could not pass up, and every opportunity has an expiration date. So I challenge you to take a quiet that little voice in your head that might be thinking, is it too good to be true? Or is this is network marketing or anything like that, and take this for what it is. And timing definitely matters here. This is one thing that I wasn't familiar with because I came from a previous company, and it didn't matter if somebody enrolled with me today or next month. It just didn't matter. When they started their business, they started their business. because of the type of compensation plan we have here and people benefiting from you after they get enrolled. When you come in, basically you get your spot in the organization, and then people continue to build, and all that volume that comes in after the day you enroll, goes underneath you, and you get to earn off of that. So it really matters here. We took a look at this. We had to do like 24 hours of research, and in that time, 7 people enrolled with us. And I know there's another gal that does these presentations, and she did like 4 months of research and just kicks herself because of what she lost in that time as people kept come on board and just hit the ground running with this. So definitely, if you know already this is something you want to do, like don't hesitate, don't wait, just get involved, and we'll help you get started. So as we wrap this up, I want to make sure that you guys get back to whoever invited you to this call. Okay, if you're going to either be a C, B, or an A. So a C means it's not something you're interested in. And one thing that I want to challenge you, honestly, from my heart, because I know I've seen what this can do for people. The most often what we see if somebody's not interested, and if it's just like, this doesn't interest me, that's fine too. But typically it's because, it's either people feel that they don't have enough time or they don't have enough resources to get started. And one thing, it's like, something that said to us that really resonated, that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if not this, then what? Like if everything goes perfectly for you for the next 12 months, like where are you financially? Where are you as far as time freedom and the ability to spend time with your family? So many people are strapped month to month and have more month ends before the paycheck does, or maybe I said that backwards. Paycheck ends before the month does. So definitely quiet that voice in your head and take a serious look at this. Or maybe if you're a B, then you're like, this sounds pretty awesome. I just have a few things I need to clarify. I want to jump on the phone and get some questions answered. Let them know right away. Get those questions answered so we can get you to the resources you need to make a good decision about it. Or if you're an A, you see it, you're ready to get rocking, and let them know right away so we can get you in their top positions. You guys, I am so honored to have spent the last half hour with you. This has been such an incredible blessing on my family, and I will continue to thank God every single day that somebody sent me a text message and said, am I open to additional streams of income, and sent me a 2-minute video. So guys, I'm a diamond here with my husband at World Global Network, and I wish you absolutely the best night. Thank you guys so much.